Live for the, look at me coasting.
Yeah.
I live in the moment. Swim in the oceans of life and I'm floating.
Yeah.
Feel like a ghost. Nigga got heat, so I'm roasting. Bring your beef if you wanna. I'm just chasing cash and marijuana.
Yeah.
Want a bad bitch from Carolina. New York
Yeah.
is cool, but them southern chicks finer. That's word of designer.
Hell yeah.
I want me a.
Welcome to the Live Free Universe. I am YG Reno, and thank you very much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about how to avoid unlucky and poor people. Everything I've been talking about pretty much is about life mindset changing. Me personally, I've been changing my lifestyle slowly, one bit at a time, and over the last year of starting to make these videos and really concentrate and taking my life seriously, I feel like the best way for me to gain more knowledge and to go forward in this life is to give up knowledge that I didn't get when I was coming up. Because I feel like if you give game, you get game. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the apple tree has to grow beautiful, delicious tasting fruit and plant its seeds in there in order to have more apple trees grow. So I'm hoping by me talking about all these different subjects that I can help somebody else grow and help them out with their life as well. But avoiding the unlucky and poor people. I got this straight out of the 48 Laws of Power. I feel like this is the number one power that everybody should be taught. Everybody from little children all the way to older adults, we should all be taught how to spot and avoid unlucky and poor people. Poverty is a reality. Poverty is a place where there is not enough abundance in order to grow in a real mature manner. But poor is a mindset. You can be in an impoverished situation with an enriched mind, and you can be in an enriched environment with a poor mind. And it's very, very important to understand the difference between poverty and poor. When you see somebody living in poverty, they might not be poor within their mind. They might actually be quite lucky and be on their way up. And you find those that live in they have a very nice house, they have a very nice car, they have a comfortable position, but yet they can't seem to stop pointing out all the things that don't make sense. Like, I find that people that complain a lot often spend their money a lot. The reason why is because they're looking for quick advantages to escape this reality so that they can live their life, you know? Society is people who think how other people make them feel should think. Let's try that again. Society is people who think how other people make them feel they should think. Society is just us by and large, right? It's everybody, but your society is only what you know it is to be out loud. All the things that are in private are only discussed in places that break taboo, in places that are okay with exploring the depths of human psychology and also this human lifestyle. Socioeconomic status is the current conditions of the mindset of a neighborhood, community, state, country, and world. There's this other book called Tribal Leadership. I listened to the audiobook about it and I really loved it because it talked about the 5 different states of the mind. And poor and unlucky people are like the lowest level of people. They're the ones that constantly look for, they're always looking for ways that things can go wrong. Like they can be people that are big at hoarding like items in their house, big at not wanting to leave their job for fear that the new job won't give them all the things that they have now, even though they absolutely hate their job, or people who stay in relationships when they shouldn't and they know that they should grow in other places. That's a poor mindset. When your body and your spirit's telling you should move on and you're telling yourself that I can't listen to myself, I need to do what I want to do rather than what I should do, that's how you develop a poor mindset, because you're stripping yourself away from all the abundant all the abundance and all the riches that are actually waiting out there for you to go find and explore and work towards. Lies and illusion create the spice of life. Now this I love, because if you believe something, you know there's a lie in the middle. When you look at the word belief, there's always a lie in the middle. I mean, when you're growing up with your parents, you only know the side of them that they show you. Are they lying if you never see that other side? Or are they simply keeping it away from you because it's not your time, right? So truth is pure water, tasteless, although necessary. When you learn the truth about your parents, you learn the truth about the world. And the more you learn and the more you see how things are so related, it makes things beautiful, but also it blands things up a bit, because the more you know, the less you feel like there is to learn. But the truth is, the more you know, there's a lot more to learn. You know, it's weird, because that's where the lie comes in. The lie is the truth is the lie. If I seem like I'm going back and forth on this one, don't mind me, because honestly, this is something that, like, personally, I feel like being poor in your mind, thinking that there's not enough for you, that you can't build, you can't go more, you can't do more, that you are insignificant. These are blocks, right? These are blocks, but they're also the gates. They're also the gates in which manipulators come and open up that you can't do on your own. You ever had somebody in your life make you feel better than you could ever make yourself feel? I mean, they can make you feel completely outside of your own shell, that you're an absolutely different person, that you're made for more than what you were currently doing. And even though they weren't mean to you or they didn't take anything from you, they have the keys to that gate. They know how to open up that part of you that you won't allow yourself access to. But if you allowed yourself access to, you wouldn't look at that person as they make you feel better than who you are. You'd know that this person responds to who you truly are on the inside. And you can work on that as well. Either way, tribal leadership. So there's 5 mindsets that was in there. The poorest and the lowest mindset is world on fire. That's where you're in an impoverished situation, like you might live in like a rural town that has very little resources. They probably don't have that much internet access. They probably barely even use iPhones or whatnot. Or like you might be in a position where like you live in a home with abuse going on, or very, very little love being spread around inside of your environment. Like some orphanages are like that, if they still have orphanages around. I don't even call them orphanages. Foster homes, actual homes, parental figures, even living out homeless, right? So level 2 is more like, I suck. You're not. You're great. That's the people who are very pessimistic. Whenever they think of themselves in relation to other people, they always see themselves as smaller or less than, and that they're not willing or they're not good enough to do. Stage 3 is I'm great, you're not. These are going to be those egotistical folks, or those very cocky and conceited folks, somewhat like myself, but I feel like I'm more along the next stage, which is stage 4. We're great, you're not. That's people who are very team focused, that find themselves wanting to grow a team of people and wanting to go out and do more. They might even find themselves loving the adversary and knowing that they have to fight another team with their team. This is what gives them joy, being around their people. Number 5 is let's change the world. This is the wealth mindset. This is the highest state that you can go. This is having an abundance in options and in mindset and in influence, so that you can now change the world. Okay, I'm not going to speak anything about anything, right? Because I have my own opinions, but Bill Gates, coming from an obscure small software developer to growing into a huge mega computer corporation, and then jumping into the World Health Organization, and now providing vaccines and health to other countries, and bigging up. He's changing the world. It doesn't matter whether it's for the good or the bad of everybody else in this example, but what I'm saying is the fact that he's out there and he's actually changing the world, wanting to see people change or do better for the sake of the argument. Find moments to truly be alone. If you're unlucky or a poor person and you saw anything that I've said within yourself in terms of like a poor person, you should really try to be alone. You should really walk away, because listen, when you're constantly depending on other people's energy, whether they might be more happy-go-lucky than you or they might have more resources than you, what happens is you always look to yourself as a negative, as a takeaway. So therefore, every time you associate yourself with life, you feel like as if you're taking away from yourself rather than giving to yourself. But if you lived within the options, if you stayed away, if you walked away and you didn't look at what other people had, and you focused only on what you can give yourself, if you focused on only what you can give yourself, your unlucky position wouldn't be so unlucky. It would change. Your poor mindset would begin to develop wealth. Look, I rap, right? I've been rapping since I was 12 years old, but I'm not famous. I don't got no like major mass-produced albums or nothing like that, but I've always did it as a hobby. I can't lie. As a kid, I've always loved myself, but I always had like very, very bad confidence issues due to like the nature of like, I don't want to get too deep into it. Anyways, so either way, what I'm trying to say is I've been rapping for a long time, but until I actually took myself seriously, until I actually took time to actually understand, I never really understood how far I could go with my talent. Same thing with editing. I actually graduated out of high school. I didn't want to go to college because I didn't want to pay for the loans. So I went to a technical school. I learned digital video production, and then I got a job on behind the scenes. I started making so much money doing that, I didn't even give a damn about TV video production. I just moved on my life. And then, as I took myself more serious, I doubled back to those principles, right? Because now I'm realizing, hey, it's not so much about like I said in my last video, the millennial short-term span. When I was growing up, I thought that since I'm getting money so easy, I could do everything so easy, but I didn't understand the process of credit, saving, how to make money via compound interest and building small businesses. I didn't understand how to actually think in terms of financial literacy. So now I take myself more seriously. I double down on my principles. I don't spend my time looking for other people to make me happy or to teach me things that I can't learn by myself. If I can't learn it by myself, then that means that I need to wait and focus on what I can learn, right? You'll find often the light you're searching for is inside of you. Everything I just said before, that's what I'll point to, because look, some people say that they suck, right? They suck. That's what they think to themselves. But then when they get around other people who make them feel good, they feel like maybe their luck can change. What about if you felt like that and you walked away and you just started thinking to yourself, you know what? I don't suck. I am always getting better. I'm always willing to do more because I want to do better and I want to do more. What about if you gave yourself purpose rather than seeking the ends, right? Most people go to work because they just want to make some money. They don't even really care about what they're really doing. They just really want to go make some money, right? They might be good at something. They probably went to school for it, but they're now at this position where they just really want to make some money. I've been there and I understand, but honestly, at the end of the day, money isn't everything. If you don't know how to control your money, if you don't know how to control yourself, understand where you are and where you're going in life, it's only going to be there to be used towards things that have no real depth, no real soul. But either way, avoid unlucky and poor people. Thank you very much. My name is YG Reno. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also leave a comment. It's a little short and sweet this time. Please be safe, and please take care of yourselves, take care of your minds, and just take a moment alone. Just every once in a while, just take a moment alone and really sit back and really identify on your weakest points and your strongest points and really learn how to link them together. I mean, there are plenty of people on YouTube that can help you. Like me personally, I'm just coming up. So, you know, as I learn more and I do more, I'll share more, obviously. But until then, you know, I just see that like you gotta avoid unlucky and poor people because they will drain you. They will drain you. They'll drain you of your spirit so much that they'll make you walk into work and wish you never worked there. And you know, negative people, I'm gonna tell you one thing about a negative person. Negative people were negative before you got there. So if you're a positive person and a negative person's being negative to you, you need to back away. You need to back away and withdraw. Because I'll tell you why. If you stick around and you let them keep on being negative, they're gonna suck up all your positivity and leave you with their negativity and then take it to the next person.
Ain't no sentiments for poor dads and simpletons. You friends with them, you unlike them, you stupid. You stupid. All of this got a lot of chains and whips. Yeah. Slave to the trends, but you still a piece of shit.